is V. Madhavi, GDC Tandur. Today we discuss about solvent extraction, final year 6th paper, methods of extraction. ఈరోజు మనం నేర్చుకునేటువంటి టాపిక్ మెథడ్స్ ఆఫ్ ఎక్స్ట్రాక్షన్. సాల్వెంట్ ఎక్స్ట్రాక్షన్లో ఎలాంటి మెథడ్స్ ఉన్నాయో మనం చూద్దాం. వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఇన్ ద మెథడ్స్ ఆఫ్ extraction. 3 basic methods of liquid extraction are generally utilized in the analytical laboratory. Batch extraction, the simplest and mostly used method, consists of extracting the solute from one immiscible layer by shaking the two layers until equilibrium is attained, after which the layers are allowed to settle before sampling. The second type, continuous extraction, makes use of a continuous flow of immiscible solvent through the solution or a continuous counter current flow of batch both phases. In the former case, the spent solvent may be stripped and recycled by distillation, or fresh solvent may be added continuously from a reservoir. Extraction by discontinuous counter current distribution is the third general type and is used preliminary for fractionation purpose. A series of separatory funnels are contacting vessels are employed to achieve many individual extractions rapidly and in sequence. The choice of method to be employed will depend primarily upon the value of the distribution ratio of the solute of interest, as well as on the separation factors of the interfering materials. The next, the basic principles is in designing an extraction for laboratory use are relatively simple, and just a few basic types of operators are more than adequate for most needs. An infinite number of modifications of these basic designs, however, have resulted from the chemist's desire to improve a particular apparatus for the specific problem. This is the methods of extraction. First one is batch extraction. Batch extraction lo the simplest extraction procedure possible and the technique most employed in the laboratory for analytical separations involves the bringing of a given volume of solution into contact with a given volume of solvent until equilibrium has been attained, followed by separation of the liquid layers. If necessary, the procedure may be repeated after the addition of fresh solvent. This batch extraction process provides rapid, simple and clean separations, and is more beneficial when the distribution ratio of the solute of interest is large. In such instances, a few extractions will affect quantitative separation. Various methods for increasing the distribution ratio as well as the selectivity of an extraction are discussed later. The most commonly employed operators for performing a batch extraction is a separatory funnel. Since it is a relatively simple matter to add and withdraw the respective liquid phases when extracting from a heavier liquid to a lighter solvent, it is necessary to remove the lower phase from the funnel after each extraction before removing the extracting solvent, as in the case of ether extractions from aqueous solutions. When performing a batch extraction, it is important to follow a few simple steps to separate the phases for sampling for subsequent processing or estimation. Most extractors are separatory funnels tappers off into a narrow bottom with a sealed stopcock. Thus, it is a relatively easy task to separate the two phases on withdrawal for further processing. It is, of course, essential to wait until the phases have completely settled after agation. Usually, this will occur in a matter of minutes. If only aliquots of the phases are to be used, it is necessary to notice any volume changes of the phases due to mutual solubility of the solvents. The extraction and sampling must be performed at a constant temperature. Since both the distribution ratio and the volumes of the solvents are influenced by temperature changes. A usual method of withdrawing the phases for sampling involves the use of three gradients. Most of the heavier phase is withdrawn into the first gradient and then the remainder of the heavier phase, and a little of the lighter phase are withdrawn into the second gradient. The remaining portion of the lighter phase is run into the third gradient, and the volumes of the three are noted. The second gradient can now be discarded and liquids of the other two taken without danger of contamination of one by the other. If droplets of aqueous phase are contained in the organic extract, it is possible to remove them by filtering the extract through a dry filter paper. The aqueous droplets will be absorbed by the paper, which should be washed several times with fresh organic solvent. Another method commonly used in extractions is the addition of a drying agent such as sodium sulfate to the organic extract. Perhaps the simplest technique for removal of slight traces of the aqueous phase which may contain certain impurities is the use of the backwash technique described later. It is a batch extraction. ఇది బ్యాచ్ ఎక్స్ట్రాక్షన్ గురించి. నెక్స్ట్ కంటిన్యూయేషన్ ఎక్స్ట్రాక్షన్. ఇక్కడ కంటిన్యూయేషన్ extractions are particularly applicable when the distribution ratio is relatively small, so that a large number of batch extractions would normally be necessary for quantitative separations. Most continuous extraction devices operate on the same general principle, which consists of distilling the extracting solvent from a boiler flask and condensing it and passing it continuously through the solution being extracted. The extracting liquid separates out and flows back into the receiving flask, where it is again evaporated and recycled while the extracted solute remains in the receiving flask. When the solvent cannot easily be distilled, a continuous supply of fresh solvent may be added from a reservoir. High efficiency in a continuous extraction depends on the viscosity of the phases and other factors affecting the rate of attaining equilibrium, the value of the distribution ratio, and the relative volumes of the two phases and other factors. One practical method of improving the efficiency is to ensure as high an area of contact as possible between the two liquids as the extracting solvent passes through the solution. Fritted glass discs, small orifices, baffles, and stirrers may be used to bring the two immiscible layers in closer contact. Next one is counter current extraction. It is a Craig counter current extraction. The separation through continuation counter current method is achieved by virtue of the density difference between the fluids in contact. In vertical columns, the more dense phase enters at the top and flows downwards, while the less dense phase enters at the bottom and flow upwards. Only one of the phases can be pumped through the column at any desired flow rate. The maximum rate of the second will be limited by that of the former and the physical properties of both. The method has the advantage for separating materials for purification purpose and is extensively used in engineering problems. Next, factors influencing the extraction efficiency. ఎలా ఉందో మనం చూద్దాం. Factors influencing the extraction efficiency. Primary requirement of solvent extraction for separation or removal purpose is a high distribution ratio of the solute of interest between the two liquid phases. ఇక్కడ మనం సాల్వెంట్ ఎక్స్ట్రాక్షన్లో మనం ఏం చూస్తున్నాం, ఎక్కువ డిస్ట్రిబ్యూషన్ రేషియో ఉన్నటువంటి ద్రావితము ఏ విధంగా ఉంది, రెండు లిక్విడ్స్ ఫేసెస్ అంటే లిక్విడ్ ప్రావస్థల మధ్య సొల్యూట్ అనేది ద్రావితం అనేది ఉండడం జరుగుతుంది. టు కంటిన్యూస్ అండ్ కౌంటర్ కరెంట్ డిస్ట్రిబ్యూషన్ టెక్నిక్స్ మే బి యూజ్డ్ ఫర్ ద కేసెస్ where low distribution ratio are present. It is generally desirable to attain as high a value as possible for the development of simple analytical procedures. It is useful to employ a number of different techniques for enhancing the distribution ratio. Though these depend on the nature of the spices being extracted and extraction system. The next, the attainment of selectivity in an extraction procedure is also very important. Some of the factors which affect the distribution of solute of interest are given below. Look at this factors. Choice of solvent. First one is choice of solvent. Use of a suitable solvent for effective separation is very important. Metal chelates and many organic molecules, being essentially covalent compounds, do not impose many restrictions on the solvent, and the general rules of solubility are of great use. In iron in ion association systems, and particularly in oxonium type ions, the role of solvents is very important. This is due to involvement of solvent in the formation of extractable spices. In addition to the consideration of the distribution of the solute in a particular solvent system, the ease of recovery of the solute from the solvent is important for the subsequent analytical processing. Thus, the boiling point of the solvent or the ease of stripping by chemical reagents is considered in the selection of a solvent where the choice exists. Similarly, the degree of miscibility of the two phases, the relative specific gravities, viscosity, and tendency to form emulsions should be considered, which with regard to safety, to toxicity, and flammability of the organic solvents must be considered. Sometimes it is possible to achieve the desired characteristics of a solvent by employing a mixed solvent system. For example of this is the use of mixtures of alcohols and ethers for the extraction of the thiocyanate complexes of metals. Another method of varying the properties of the extracting solvent is to use organic dilutes. Various organic compounds such as kerosene and other hydrocarbons are employed to dilute tributyl phosphate for extraction purpose. Next, acidity of the aqueous phase. The second one is acidity of the aqueous phase. The extractability of metal complexes is greatly influenced by the acidity of the aqueous phase. So, it is necessary to assure optimum concentration of H plus ions for maximum extraction. In case of chelate extraction, it can be seen from the that provided the chelating reagent concentration is maintained constant, the distribution of the metal in a given system is a function of pH. For this reason, curves of extractability versus pH at constant reagent concentration are of great analytical significance. Acidity greatly affects many of the oxonium type of extraction systems, particularly when the metal is extracted as a complex acid. In many of the extractions involving metal halide complexes, for example, the distribution increases within certain limits with increasing acid concentration. Thus, maximum extraction of iron as the chloride is observed at 6 molarity hydrochloric acid using ethyl ether as the solvent 111. A decrease in extraction at higher acid concentration has been attributed to the high solubility of ethyl ether in highly concentrated hydrochloric acid, and extraction does not occur until there is a much higher acid concentration with the less soluble isopropyl ether. Now, decrease the observed even at 12 molarity 12 hydrochloric acid when beta beta is a dichloroethyl ether is used, that is a 112. The addition of high concentration of acid also enhances the distribution of metal complexes as a result of the common ion effect resulting from the anion of the acid, as the removal of the acidic or basic solute will tend to change the pH value. Even more important in multiply extractions, the use of buffer mixture is in the aqueous phase aids in the attainment of reproducible constant distribution ratios. Buffer should be chosen which do not interfere in the subsequent analysis. Next, salting out agents. Next is salting out agents. A technique that has resulted in marked enhancement of extraction of metals, particularly in the oxonium type of extraction systems, is the use of salting out agents. The addition of higher concentration of inorganic salts to the aqueous phase greatly increases the distribution ratio of many metal complexes to the organic phase. This salting out affecting may be explained in part by the pronounced effect of the added salt on the activity of the distributing species, the common ion effect, as well as the strong ability of these ions to bind water around them, thereby depleting the aqueous phase of water molecules for use as a solvent. High concentration of inorganic salts are usually required to produce to the desired effect, the aqueous phase often being saturated with the added salt. It is essential that the added salt is not extracted to an applicable extent with the desired spices in order to maintain the optimum effect and to permit direct use of the organic extract without further separations. Sometimes the aqueous phase after extraction may be of interest so that the presence of large amount of added cations prevent further use of this phase in the subsequent analytical steps unless the added salt can be easily removed or destroyed like a ammonium salts. ఇక్కడ మనం చూస్తున్నటువంటి టాపిక్లో బ్యాచ్ ఎక్స్ట్రాక్షన్, కంటిన్యూస్ ఎక్స్ట్రాక్షన్, క్రేగ్ కౌంటర్ ఎక్స్ట్రాక్షన్ అయిపోయింది. ఇవి మెథడ్స్ సాల్వెంట్ ఎక్స్ట్రాక్షన్లో. నెక్స్ట్ అవి ఎక్స్ట్రాక్షన్ ఏవి ఫ్యాక్టర్స్ ప్రభావితం చేస్తున్నాయో మనం చూస్తూ ఉన్నాం. కాన్సన్ట్రేషన్ అనేది ప్రభావితం చేస్తుందని మనం చూస్తున్నాం. ఇన్ ఎడిషన్ టు ఎన్హాన్స్మెంట్ ఆఫ్ ద ఎక్స్ట్రాక్షన్ ఆఫ్ మెటల్ ఆఫ్ ఇంట్రెస్ట్ యూజింగ్ salting out agents, it is also possible to increase the extraction of impurities in the system. Thus, it is necessary to choose an agent that produce a favorable separation factor between the element of interest and the impurities. The magnitude, the enhancement of extraction by the added salt depends on the charge as well as the ionic size of the added cation for a given anion. Thus, polyvalent cations provide better salting out agents, and for a given charge, the smaller the cationic size, the greater the effect on extraction. However, it must be remembered that anomalies sometimes result from specific interaction effects. Alu- Aluminium or calcium salts are strong salting out agents, whereas ammonium salt are much weaker but analytically more convenient. Next, among the metal extraction system that have benefited through the use of salting out agents are the nitrate, halide, and thiocyanate system. Other uh, oxonium extraction system should be investigated so that useful analytical separations may result where now only limited extractability of a substance occur. Next one is oxidation state. Next oxidation states అనేవి ఏ విధంగా ప్రభావితం చేస్తున్నాయో చూద్దాం. A useful method of increasing the selectivity of metal extractions involve modification of the oxidation states of the interfering ions present in solution in order to prevent the formation of their extractable metal complexes. For example, the extraction of iron from chloride solutions can be prevented by reduction to iron 2, which is not extractable. Similarly, antimony may be reduced to the tervalence state to suppress its extraction. Conversely, it is important in the preparation of a solution for extraction to adjust the proper valency state of metal ion required for formation of the complex in order to ensure complete extraction of that element. Next, selectivity can also be achieved by variation of the oxidation state of the co-extracted interfering ions during the stripping operation. Next, pH. The attainment of selectivity in metal chelate extractions is greatly dependent upon proper pH control. As has been mentioned earlier, the distribution of chelates in a given system is a function of pH alone, provided the reagent concentration is maintained constant. Increased selectivity can be achieved in the extraction of acidic or basic organic substance by the addition of buffer salts to the aqueous phase to control the pH. That is a 113. Next, masking. In the extraction procedures for metal paste that the difficult to separate, masking or sequestering agents are introduced to improve the separation factor. The masking agent forms water soluble complexes with the metals in competition with the extracting agents. Masking agents from sufficiently strong complexes with interfering metals to prevent their reactions with the extraction agents, either together altogether or at least until the pH is much higher than the value needed for quantitative extraction of the metal of interest. Very often the metal of interest also forms a complex with masking agent, with the result the a somewhat higher pH range is needed. For the extraction, the application of masking agents which include cyanide, tartrate, citrate, fluoride and EDTA is restricted largely to metal chelate extraction system since in the highly acidic solutions encountered in many inorganic extraction systems. Most masking agents being weak bases do not function effectively. Ethyl, ethylene diamine tartracetic acid, acetic acid, which is proving a most useful masking agent, has been applied to dithiazone 8 quinolo, quinolinol, quinolinol and carboxylic acid, acetyl acetone, and diethyl dithiocarbamate extractions. Next, backwashing. Backwashing is very important, and auxiliary technique used with batch extractions to effect quantitative separations of elements is backwashing. The combined organic phases from several extractions of the original aqueous phase contain particularly all the desired elements and possible some of the impurities that have been extracted to a much smaller extent. This combined organic phase, when shaken with one or more small portions of a fresh aqueous phase containing the optimum reagent, salting agent concentration, acidity, etc., will result in a redistribution of the impurities in favor of the aqueous phase since their distribution ratio are low. Under optimum conditions, most of the elements of interest will remain in the organic layer since their distribution ratio is high. This technique is analogs in many respects to the re-precipitation step in a gravimetric precipitation procedure. With the proper conditions, most of the impurities can be removed by this backwashing operation with the negligible loss of the main component, thereby attaining a selective separation. Next one is synergic extraction. Synergic extraction is defined as the combined action of the two complexing reagents with which is greater than the sum of the actions of the individual reagents used alone. A typical example of the synergic extraction of the cerium 3 with picolinonic acid HPA and benzo 1,5-cron 5 system 114 is figure lo manaku telustundi, which reveals that no extraction was observed by the B15C5 while little extraction with HPA was observed, but quantitative extraction exhibits with the mixture. ఇక్కడ మనం చూస్తే మనకు తెలుస్తుంది pH ఎక్స్ట్రాక్షన్ సీరియం 3 అనేది ఏ విధంగా ఎక్స్ట్రాక్ట్ జరిగిందో చూస్తున్నాం. ఇన్ జనరల్ ద ఎన్హాన్స్మెంట్ ఆఫ్ ద ఎక్స్ట్రాక్షన్ మే బి attributed to other thermodynamical changes in the activities of the extractants or the composition of the metal bearing spaces in the organic phase, which is not the same as in the cases of individual extractant systems. Synergic systems are usually mixture of cation exchange extractant and coordination extractant, and the synergetic effect is through to operate by an enhancement of the easy with which the coordination pair of the metal ion can be satisfied. Next, two methods of accomplishing this have been proposed. In this first, the synergistic S replaces coordinated water in an extracted metal complex, thus making the resulting complex more organophilic. In the second one is the original extractable complex is coordinately unsaturated and the synergetic S is adds to the complex, thereby enhancing its stability. Synergism was first reported in the literature for the extraction of uranium with various dialkyl phosphoric acid and neutral phosphorus alkyl esters. Now the synergic appears to be a common phenomena in many mixed extractant systems. In addition to organophosphorus compounds, heterocyclic bases and sulfoxides and carboxylic acids and phenols and amines are also common synergies. The synergistic effect is extremely useful in solvent extraction practices and has been used for the extraction of various alkali and alkaline earth metals, transition metals and rare earths using different combinations of reagents. Next, methods used for the study of synergistic extraction లో ఏ విధంగా మెథడ్స్ని యూజ్ చేస్తున్నామో చూద్దాం. The study of the nature of spices formed and the equilibrium constant involved with the synergistic extraction of metal ions have mostly been evaluated by the slope analysis method. This method basically deals with the determination of distribution coefficient value of the metal ions by varying one of the parameters, pH, concentration of one extractant as a chelating agent or the other neutral donor, while keeping the other parameters constant. Saikin and Dersin have used a curve fitting method for the calculation of synergistic equilibrium constant of different metal ions. Take task to have evaluated the equilibrium constant value of the rare earths using HTTA typo system in the presence of different ions by a spectrophotometric method. Desaric have calculated the stability constants of the adduct formed between uranium TTA 3 and 4-methyl 2-pentanone TPPO or 2-methyl pyridine from the analysis of the concentration dependence on the inducing shift yields by a proton nuclear magnetic resonance study. Due to the simplicity of the slope analysis method, it has been widely used to get a clear picture of the stoichiometric and extraction constant of adducts formed in the synergistic extraction of the metal ion, while the other methods mentioned above have been used only rarely. Next one method is slope analysis method. ఇక్కడ స్లోప్ అనాలిసిస్ మెథడ్ ఈజ్ అప్లైడ్ టు డిటర్మైన్ ద నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ లిగాండ్ మాలిక్యూల్స్ ఇన్ సింపుల్ ఎక్స్ట్రాక్షన్ యూజింగ్ సింగిల్ extractant as well as in synergetic extraction where a neutral donor is also added to the extraction system. Extraction with a stick ligand. ఇక్కడ మనము ఈరోజు మనం ఇక్కడి వరకు నేర్చుకున్నంత వరకు చాలు. మనకు ఏమేమి చూసాము? ఫస్ట్ వన్ ఈజ్ మెథడ్స్ ఆఫ్ ఎక్స్ట్రాక్షన్. 3 మెథడ్స్ ఆఫ్ ఎక్స్ట్రాక్షన్. ఫస్ట్ వన్ ఈజ్ బ్యాచ్, కంటిన్యూస్, తర్వాత క్రేగ్ కౌంటర్, ఎక్స్ట్రాక్షన్. క్రేగ్ కరెంట్ కౌంటర్, ఎక్స్ట్రాక్షన్. తర్వాత ఎక్స్ట్రాక్షన్ని ఏవి ప్రభావితం చేసేటువంటి అంశాలు మనం చూడడం జరిగింది. ఇవి 3 కూడా ఈ మెథడ్స్ 3 మెథడ్స్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ మెథడ్స్. థ్యాంక్ యూ చిల్డ్రన్స్. థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్. ఈరోజు నేర్చుకున్నటువంటి టాపిక్ని మీరు